What's going on, guys? King Raven here, coming at you with a video today. So today we've got two awesome knives from Ketuo. Big shout out to the Lefty Pass Around group for letting me check out these knives. But before we get into today's video, y'all remember to give me a like, leave a comment. In the description of this video and all my videos are my links. Those links are the best way to help support me here at the channel. So if you'd like to see more content and different types of content, use those links. I greatly appreciate it. There's also links to my Patreon and my Instagram. At the end of the video, there'll be a little subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and check out the other video I'll have linked. Now let's flip this camera around and get into today's video of two Ketuo knives. Okay guys, we're going to be taking a look at two knives from Ketuo Knives. I've reviewed Ketuo Knives on the channel before, and they do some awesome designs and outstanding manufacturing. Great fit and finish. Ketuo really can, Ketuo, Rike, they're related companies, but I tend to lean more towards Ketuo because their designs tend to be more EDC friendly, where Rike is a little bit more out there. So I love a lot of Ketuo's designs. Big shout out to the Lefty Pass Around group for letting me check out these two Ketuo knives. Up first, we have the Meridian. This is in titanium and M390. Okay? So, this is the Meridian. Now, we are looking at a full-size knife here. We've got this gray titanium with gold and blue pops of color. We've got a milled back spacers. It's got Ketuo right here and the lanyard bar here. If you're going to do a lanyard, do something like this. Keeps it out of the way. Keeps everything clean. Milled titanium pocket clip with the ball in it. It is not reversible. Okay. We've got a frame lock. It's got like a double lock bar relief. The primary is on the inside, but there is a secondary on the outside. And then you've got jimping on the flipper tab. You've got a really unique pivot collar situation and pivot screw. You can see all the different dimples, and it's also contoured, coming raised up to this pivot. And this might look like some sort of proprietary screw, but it's not. It's just a simple flathead screwdriver through the center. So you can make adjustments. You can disassemble the knife, no problem. All you need is a flathead and then your Torx. Let's check out this blade. Snappy action on that flipper tab, and we've got a nice long drop point M390 blade with a nice finish on this blade. I love like the little swooping grind. I know not everybody is a big fan of that, but I think it looks really nice on this knife. I think that just the lines of this knife looks really nice. It goes from lower point up to the center, so it does this. I just find it an attractive knife. My medium-sized hands, I get 4 full fingers, no problem. You've got handle for days. No size hands is going to have an issue with gripping this knife. Got good jimping right here. Not really any choke up point and everything, but you really don't need it. You can use that tip to do your precision cuts. You can use that forward belly, and then your power cuts, you've got blade for days on this one. Action on this, you've got access to the lock bar because they sort of like chamfered each of these sides. I don't have any issue disengaging, and even though there's not like it's not raised above because of those chamfers, I don't have any issues disengaging, and very snappy action. This is very fun to sit there and just flip. It is a flipper only, so some people aren't going to like the single mode of deployment, but when you do a flipper only and you do it well with a very snappy detent, no issues with it at all for me. We'll do some size comparisons when we wrap up towards the end. Now, up next is the Yakuza, or Yakuza, okay? This is in titanium, and it's got the copper, carbon fiber, and M390. And this comes from the same designer who did the Triad, which is another, these are like different criminal organization gang types. So you've got the Triad, you've got the Yakuza. And this is a very unique knife, okay? So we have copper carbon fiber, titanium. We have a filler tab on this side and a milled titanium pocket clip on this side. So it is reversible. You've got a big milled back spacer. So you got ball grooves here and here, and you got the jimping here. They did the lanyard hole right through the back of the back spacer. It's a bolster lock style. And then you've got a unique pivot looking, but it's just a torch right here. Okay. You've got front flipper. You've got these little stepped, they're not really studs. They're like shelves almost. And then you've got your deployment hole and a little fuller right here. Let's check out this blade. Okay. You've got an M390 compound ground blade. So it's got a really, it's not really a drop point. It's just a slant back that slants down. Then you've got a thicker flat here, and you've got a thinner grind right here on the M390. Beautiful finish on this. It is a thicker stock, so this is a beefy boy as far as the overall build. It's a really tough overbuilt knife. Nice finish on it. You do have your secondary tip, and of course your primary tip. My medium-sized hands back here got plenty of handle left over, choked up to this flat. So your large hands, double XL hands, shouldn't have any issues. Nice jimping up top on a little wider blade stock. Now, if you're going to use that primary tip, you do have to go up higher, because it's just doesn't drop low and everything. You can definitely use that secondary tip, or you can just use the flat, especially for any of your push cuts. And then, of course, your power cuts, you're going to have the thinner grind right here. Action on this is really nice, okay? So get the access. That's one thing before we get into the action. The access, it's got a little bit of a chamfer, but it's not raised above or anything. So this one, you do have to push a little bit harder. So this one, the pass-through could have been a little bit better, but it works. It's just, if I was going to nitpick about something. So you've got front flipper, and I'm not the best at front flipping, so y'all just bear that in mind, but it works, okay? And then these shelves, I know they don't have a lot of room right here and everything like that, but they tend to be a little bit thin, so I have to really make a conscious effort not to slip off these. See, it's just the angle of it and the detent strength. So I've got to make sure I'm coming in at this angle like that. Otherwise, I can slip off those. But now your reverse flick, you know, that's all day long. And that's what I'm sure most people are going to be using when they open this knife anyway. So the action is really good. Just a couple of little nitpicks on there, but really big, thick, beefy knife that can do still a lot of work and is still very slicey. I love the overall design of this knife. So let's do some size comparisons. We've got the Yakuza right there, or Yakuza, and then the Meridian. You can see the Meridian is definitely a much longer, sleeker knife. We've got Berg Blade Sweeney. And let's see here. This is the High Grain Knives DeVille. You can see the Meridian's definitely longer than the Sweeney. Roughly about the same height and everything. Maybe just a little bit higher in the center, but definitely longer. And the Yakuza is basically the same length overall as the DeVille. Very similar in size. And let's do just one more comparison. This is the Ketuo Knives Compadre, not the Padre, the Compadre. So just a little bit less in handle and a little bit less in blade. The Padre, I've had one of those before. The Padre would definitely be larger than the Yakuza, but so I think it's probably a little bit closer to the Compadre size, just a little bit larger. Definitely beefier. So that should give you some ideas on these sizes of these knives. Overall, awesome designs. Very well built. Like both of these. These are two that I would both add to my collection. Let's flip this camera around and wrap up today's video of these two Ketuo knives. What do you think about the Ketuo Meridian? Long, sleek, slender knife. Really good in hand. I was surprised that I like this knife as much as I do because I tend to like smaller knives than this. This is definitely a large knife. And then also the Ketuo Yakuza. Big beefy bruiser of a knife and everything, but awesome design. I love the looks of it. I love it in hand. Really awesome knives, and the fit and finish of both of these is outstanding. So if you like the look of either one of these, go for it. You won't regret it. Y'all let me know what you think about these two Ketuo knives and what you think about Ketuo knives in general. Y'all give me a like. Leave those comments. In the description of this video and all my videos are my links. Those links are the best way to help support me here at the channel. There's also links for my Patreon and my Instagram in there. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell and check out this video. I think you might like it. Y'all be safe out there. I'm King Raven, and I'll catch you in the next video.